Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with another AITA story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for making my son clean up after his sister in the bathroom? I'm 40s female and have 2 children, Dax, male 12, and Mia, female 14. Not real names for privacy. My kids don't get along super well. Dax thinks pranks are really funny, I guess like every 12-year-old boy does. And he annoys Mia with them a lot. It's something my husband and I have been working on, as it's the source of many fights between them. Dax gets a lot of prank ideas from YouTube and TikTok and will often recreate what he sees. Most of them are harmless, something like a fake spider in her food, etc. But this time I think he went too far. Dax thought it would be funny to put saran wrap over the toilet before my daughter went to the bathroom. He says he got the idea from online, ? I don't know if this is a thing, but it's a terrible prank. Basically, he put plastic wrap under the toilet seat so if somebody sits on it, well, pretty much it makes a mess instead of going in the bowl. Yeah, I know. Ooh. So, he does this right before Mia goes to the bathroom to pee. At least it was just a pee. When she gets there, she sits on the seat like normal, pees, and since there's plastic wrap over the hole, her pee collects in it and gets everywhere, all around, on the ground, on the toilet, and on her. She comes to me crying. She's embarrassed because she's a teenage girl and this is disgusting. I told Mia to shower and not worry about the mess. Here's where I might be the asshole. I go to my son and yell at him for what he did. I tell him that's not an appropriate prank and he's old enough to know that that's not okay. And then I made him clean it up. He started crying, saying it's unfair to make him clean his sister's pee. It's gross and I'm gonna be sick, he says. It's from her body, so she should clean it. But it was all his fault and literally his mess to deal with. I don't know why I should humiliate my daughter any further or why I should have to clean it. And the biggest thing, he needs to learn. I told him the mess is his fault and he should think about the repercussions of his action next time because this is what his prank caused. And then I stood in the doorway and watched as I made him clean all of the urine off of the floor and toilet. I think it was an appropriate punishment considering it's really just the natural consequence of what he did, and it doubles as a general lesson in how to clean a toilet, which he has to learn at some point anyway. Well, my husband disagrees. This all happened while he was at work. After he got home, Dax complained to him. He told me I was overly harsh on our son and put him in danger by exposing him to germs. But I gave him the same gloves I use when I wash the toilet, and it's not like he was unsupervised. But my husband is mad at me and told me I went too far, and that's bad parenting. Of course, my son is mad at me too, but my daughter is on my side. Am I the asshole? Am I a bad mom? Boy just needs to be thankful it was a number 1, okay? That's it. And that there was no blood involved. So this is a perfect case of the punishment fitting the crime. It was the direct consequence of what his prank did. Maybe the videos he watched didn't cover the consequences portion of the pranks, but they exist. It is a direct result of putting saran wrap over the toilet. What did you think was going to happen, and who did you think was going to clean it up? I don't understand what the son was thinking here. And granted, he's 12. 12 is old enough to know better. 12 is old enough to know that you're going to have consequences for the actions that you take. 12 is old enough. And guess what? If this kid was 8 and pulled this prank, he'd be cleaning up the pee too because it's the right thing to do. Of course, the kid's upset about it. Dad is the one that's confusing here. Why? We don't have any mention of blended family in here, so it's not like a step-sibling versus step-sibling thing. It's literally just son and daughter. Dad trying to protect his son here and not have him feel the consequences of his direct actions concerns me. Dad needs to explain his feelings here, and saying Opie was overly harsh on the son and put him in danger by exposing him to germs ain't gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it, dude. That's not a reason. That's a bullshit excuse. Either come up with something better or take those words back and just swallow them deep down because they make you look like an asshole, sir. Tell you what, put it this way to the dad. Let's say one of the pranks that the son did was taking duct tape and putting it over the dog's butt. So when the dog pooped, it all just like made a huge mess. Who should clean that up? Would that make a difference? Let's say the son did something to the dad's truck as a prank and it made a mess. Who should clean that up? What's the difference between this and that? There is no difference at all. It's a great lesson to teach the kid, and mom's right. He's going to have to learn how to clean a toilet eventually. Might as well be now while he's already in there cleaning. NTA, boss mama. NTA. I would have a chat with the husband though and be like, look, in these other examples of similar situations where pranks have caused messes, he would naturally think that his son should clean up the mess. So why is this different? Because it was human waste from someone else? What about the dog? Would that make a difference? You see where I'm going with it. His argument falls apart once you start applying it to different scenarios. Better yet, reverse the roles. for him and ask him if the daughter had performed this prank and the son had peed everywhere or shat everywhere, who should clean that up? That would probably be pretty telling. The boy who put plastic wrap on the toilet, exposed to germs? Yes, big concern here. All of a sudden, right, it's okay for mom to be exposed to the germs, though.